It's day 14. Daily community boost. Public. Going live. Oh, I'm so happy and grateful now that we are coming online. I'm so grateful and happy now that we're coming online. Y'all give me one moment to throw this link into some spaces. I'm so grateful to be able to lead a community of people who are putting their love in action. They're not solely talking about being loving, but they are going for the gold in their lives. And that's a wonderful feeling to be able to know that you are going for your own personal gold. You're not in competition with other people. You're not waiting on them to save your bacon either wholly. You are relying on your inherent power to allow you to do the things that you desire to do in your life. Welcome back to those of you who are joining us for another week of the 7-Day Pillar Challenge. As you know, we root to rise. We landed yesterday in our community in our I know and I understand energy as we crown ourselves every Saturday. And then after crowning ourselves and recognizing what we understand and what we know, we then, as good royal people and as smart royal servants of the universe, we then go right back down into our root chakra to deal with the question of who we are. Who are you? Who are you, Sunflower? Welcome to the TikTok space. Thank you for holding that space down. We're also live over on YouTube. Be where you'd like to be, and please contribute. In fact, I'm going to allow you to pull the card today if you're interested. Tell me when to stop. I'm actually going to flip these around so that I can't see. Tell me when to stop. We're joined today by the wonderful Tara Paolo Studio. Backstage, being our co-super host today. Tell me when to stop. Oh, stop. Okay. Top or bottom? Top or bottom card? I am connected. I am free. I am powerful. I'm one with the love that sent me. I'm one with the love that sent me. Today's card that we've picked is Recharge. How can you know who you are and recharge? We got it. Green screen, green card. There's always going to be a problem. Recharge. I invite magic into my life always. Every day I grow my connection to this earth. If I'm ever feeling low, I simply step outside and appreciate the natural miracles in this life. Being in nature lifts my spirits and recharges my energy. I invite magic into my life always. Every day I grow my connection to this earth. If I'm ever feeling low, I simply step outside and appreciate the natural miracles in this life. Being in nature lifts my spirits and recharges my energy. Being in nature is a wonderful. It's great, girl. Not let me be great today. Being in nature will ground you into your I am. If you are doing the 7-Day Pillar Challenge with us, if you're enrolled in Unfuckwithable with Flow, if you are in the Goal Getter crew of 2024, if you are in our gaming platforms, No matter where you are in our ecosystem of love, you know that we are the real deal. We are the real deal. We are here to make sure that you have a great week, and having a great week means that you're going to root yourself today. Okay. You're going to ground yourself into your instinctual wellness. Remember, you know exactly what you need for your life. You know exactly what you need, Sunflower, for your heart. Tara, you know exactly, like, people who have gotten still and taken a moment to reflect on their lives and to come into a greater understanding with who they are. These are people who want to ground themselves and root themselves in something that's real. Remember, life is going to try to throw a lot of distractions in your path. Life is going to try to come and entice you away from the things you say you want. But knowing who you are instinctually, your inherent power. I am powerful. I'm strong. I'm confident. I'm courageous. I am enough. Doing your I am affirmations, regardless of who they say you are, is important. Sure, people around you are going to say that you're a lot of different ways. Number one, what other people think about you is none of your business. I'll say it one more time. What other people think about you is none of your business. Absolutely none of your business. A lot of us have spent years uh, being preoccupied with how other people feel about us, and oftentimes not living a full life because we're afraid of what they might say. I want to release you from that today and pull you back into this space of I am. I am that I say that I am, especially you people who are not robbing banks, right? So if you're not robbing a bank, if you're not, sticking up a subway, if you're not causing harm to people, I want to release you to be who you say that you are, not who your family, friends, and coworkers and bosses say that you are. I am that I am. I remember Sunflower, I'm not going to tell on you too bad, but there was a situation at your job where they were telling you who you were and what was going on interpersonally. And you're like, wait. I am who I say I am. I am involved with who I say I'm involved with. I am me and they are them. And let's keep that classy, cute, and clear. And let's be very clear. People will always try to mirror back to you or reflect who you are, tell you who you're doing and it was just like all kinds of days of our lives, if you recall. And you were like, I'm actually not involved in that. And no matter how much you all say that I am involved in that, I am over here. Remember that? I hope that resolved. Did that resolve for you? As I put you on blast on YouTube. I hope that resolved, but I remember you having to get clear about who you were and are, because people will try to entice you into all kinds of other narratives about yourself. I'm not wearing any. Oh, yes, I am. Look around your space or on your scarf and find the color red. And allow that color to remind you of the courage in your life. Allow the color red today to remind you of the pleasure in your life. It did resolve. As above, so below. It's above, so below. It's above, so below. We're thankful. We're thankful. I'm thankful for who you are. People speak up and say, like, I'm not involved in that nonsense. I am a person who's reflecting on red as a color of my courage. I'm seeking pleasure in my life. I'm seeking passion, strength, and action. I am that I say that I am. I am loved and lovable. I am full. I am safe. I am enough. I am full. I am safe. I am enough. I am full. I am safe. I am enough. That one was handed to me in the pandemic. I am full. I am safe. I am enough. Okay. And just knowing that you are full and safe and enough stabilizes your rocket ship to your highest hopes. allows you to recharge. When you recognize that you're full, safe, and enough, you have space in order to be kind to yourself, to give yourself the things you need, to appreciate the natural miracles in your life. Here are a couple other tips to ground your week in this root chakra. I'll call your attention right now into the base of your spine. That is the center point on which everything pivots in your body, including your limbs. And when you're imbalanced in your root chakra, or imbalanced in your instinctual wellness, right? You'll be a worrywart. Okay. People who do not have strong root chakras walk around saying they're confused all the time. Girl, you ain't confused. You ain't confused. Okay. You know those people? They're always like, I don't know. I don't know what I should do. I just, I just don't, Dr. Flo, Dr. Flo, Dr. Flo, I just don't know, Dr. Flo. I hear what you're saying, Dr. Flo. I just don't know. I just, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You have an instinctual wellness that's keeping you alive, but you're talking yourself out of what you know by worrying so much. We are a mental health ministry here. We really do our best. We do our best while stepping in the doo-doo sometimes. We do our best to make sure that people are tapped into their instinctual wellness. Why do you find yourself in that prison of the mind or in real life? How can we help you be free? That's the question on the floor today, Sunflower. How can I help you be free, Sunflower, today? How can I help you be free, Tara, today? Tara asked me in the meeting before we came in here, and the meeting later we're going to have, how can you be free, Dr. Flo, this week? And everything that we've listed of all the applications and the pre-screens and the social media plans and the org charts, how can I be more free? Grounded. Okay. When we say free, we ain't talking about just swinging from the chandeliers. Okay. Moving without focus and intent and purpose, and just kind of just waffling through life, or waving through life like a flag on a flagpole in a hurricane. You don't want your life to feel like you are anybody ever been there though before, where you felt like your life was the flag on the flagpole in a hurricane? You couldn't trust your higher power. You couldn't trust the process. And so you worried yourself out of your stability. There is good news today, folks. And I always bring good news in these sessions. You can use today's serendipitous card of recharge. You can recharge yourself and find a mirror. I want to encourage everybody to find a mirror today and recite over yourself that I am loved and lovable. I'm looking at myself in the camera right now. I am loved and lovable. I am loved and lovable. It is a force field that allows goodness in and keeps all of the nonsense at bay. I promise you, everything that you're going through in your life that you do not want is stemming from some idea that you're not loved and lovable, that you're not worthy of being in the spaces you want to be in and taking up the space that you know that you can inhabit, the spaces that you know you deserve. And some of us are over making excuses. I'm going to clear the space for Tara to talk about this week's theme and open up this week's reading. But some of us are coming out of our excuse cycle. Some of us are stuck in our excuse cycle. Some of us are choosing to remain asleep in our BS. Some of us said, oh my God, there's something on my shoe. I should clean that. And we're not trying to do it for the gram. And we're not trying to do it for TikTok. We're doing it because our integrity, which was last week's theme, said so. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't say you want a certain kind of life and then live differently. The logic got a logic. The logic got to logic.
The logic has to logic, and the math has to math. And as we ended last week, I believe, we were talking about the I can be, right? And you can be free. You can be loved and lovable. You can recharge. Like, none of this is without, it's not far out of your grasp. None of the things we talk about in here are things that are hard, right? They're simple. We're going to have a dog, I think, today. They're simple. That doesn't mean they're easy, but they are simple. So find, as you're doing your mirror work, a place of simplicity and ease. How simple can you make it to be loved and lovable? How simple can you make it to be free? How simple can you make it to recharge? How simple can you make it to know who you are? Right? Go for it.
I'm asking them to get in front of a shiny mirror. Just get in front of the same mirror that they brush their teeth in and simply look themselves in the eyeballs, peas and carrots, and say, I am loved and lovable.
Yes. And keep adding affirmations. Once you believe one, add another. Once you believe that one, add another. Keep adding. How positive can you be about yourself this week? And that's a practice, which leads us right into this. Now, this is a long one. The day one is usually the longest day of these 52 weeks of conscious contacts blurbs by Melody Beattie. Those of you that want to follow along, you can join the Telegram group. And this is pinned to the top of the Daily Boost. So you can find it when you're reading. But the rest of you that are just under the sound of my voice and going to be listening, I would recommend grabbing a notebook, making sure you have something to write, or being able to use your notes app, just so if anything sticks out to you, you can grab it. I'm going to try to keep my commentary to a minimum, but y'all know how this goes with this text because she's loud. So we have talked about integrity, and we've talked about the quest so far this year. And week 3 is practice, which sounds like it's going to be an easy week, but hold your horses, folks. All right. So day number 1, because we are on Sunday. It is day number 1. When I began studying martial arts, I felt awkward about the moves I was learning. Can't you give me a book? I asked my instructor. I need a set of rules to tell me exactly how to do this so I know when I'm getting it right. Okay, I got to read that one more time. Because how many times have we talked about in this space and in other spaces the want to be perfect before doing something? When I began studying martial arts, I felt awkward about the moves I was learning. Can't you give me a book? I asked my instructor. I need a set of rules to tell me exactly how to do this, so I know when I'm getting it right. You don't need to read a book, he said. Keep practicing. You may not always know when you're doing it wrong, but you'll know when you get it right. Singers in the room? Anybody? It's not about reading a book. It's about the experience of singing, the sensation of singing. Okay. Applying the appropriate value to a given situation requires practice. Sometimes we need sometimes we need to practice patience in a particular relationship. On the other hand, there is a point when we need to practice setting a boundary and saying, that's enough and that's it. When do we need to let go a little more, and when have we let go too much? Some situations require us to express our feelings, like anger or sadness. Those of you that haven't watched Inside Out, jump on it. And those are simple feelings, right? We're just talking about simplicity. Anger or sadness, simple, right? Simple, simple, simple. Bringing it down to the most simple thing. At what point, however, have we mucked about in our upset feelings too long, refusing to forgive someone? I didn't put you in picture, so I was trying to find your face. Anyway, when is tolerance the life giving?
I'm just over here going through it. That's all. I'm just getting kicked in the knee. Everybody else, it's just another week with Melody.
It's another week with Melody. She's loud. All right. Hey, let me start this questioning part one more time. At what point, however, have we mucked about in our upset feelings too long, refusing to forgive someone? When is tolerance the life-giving value of the day? Woo, child. And when have we tolerated enough? My God, today. My God, on today. What about prayer and faith? How much time do we spend on our knees or with our hands folded, talking to God or shamalama ding dong, whatever you believe in? Or no one, if you don't believe in anything and you believe in yourself. On the other hand, when do we get up and go do something ourselves? Take an appropriate action to help change our own lives. How about using intuition? When do we rely on what feels right? And when do we use good old rational thought instead? There are no hard and fast rules in life for which values to apply and when. Calling on our personal values can be puzzling and confusing, and we may do a lot of our learning by trial and error. Learning which value to apply can feel like hit and miss or throwing spaghetti at the wall. That was me, that last part. Most of the time, I'm not learning what I think I'm learning anyway. Something different is taking place, something deeper. It's as if the universe gives us something to occupy what writer Natalie Goldberg calls the monkey mind, so we can move forward along our path. Just keep practicing the values you know. Remember, you know your values and yourself better than anybody else out there. Stay open to learning something new. Practice might not make us perfect. It doesn't, by the way, y'all. But it will help us progress along our path. And in any situation we find ourselves, it'll give us something beneficial to do. The value of the week. This week, we'll explore the consistent practice of the values we find meaningful in our lives. When we focus on our values, we improve the quality of our daily lives. And when we encounter a challenge, we'll have a better idea of what value to apply. I'll read the value one more time. This week, we'll explore the consistent practice of the values we find meaningful in our lives. When we focus on our values, we improve the quality of our daily lives. And when we encounter a challenge, we'll have a better idea of what value to apply. She's loud, friends.
She always has been, and she always will be forevermore. This book always pulls me back into a be who you say you are kind of energy. Like if you're going to be a person who is a light worker and a healer and an uplifter of the world, then be about that life. If you're going to be a person who's not about that life, then at least own that too, so we can get very, very clear about who's on the right side of the energies for the histories that we're all creating. We're living in unprecedented times. Not that this war and famine and intentional starvation tactics that are being used throughout the globe is anything new. What's different is that you and I instantaneously know about it, folks. And we're being called to a consistent practice of our values where you can't really go and hide, especially those of us who are front facing, who are recording documentaries and starting online organizations and connecting and interfacing with people all over the planet. We can take days off, but when we come back, people are going to be wondering, what do you have to say about what's going on in these times? They're looking to us as leaders. They're looking to us as the adults. I only do adult only TikTok rooms and live streams. They're looking to us as the adults to say, what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this lack of love that we see? What is the meaning of this constant energy that's pulling us apart when we know that we need to be together? And so as we explore our consistent values, or as we explore the consistent practice of our values, we come back to what is real for us. I'm courage. I'm confidence. I'm learning. I'm moving forward. I am being the person that I say I am. I'm standing in my integrity. I'm calling for ceasefire. I'm calling for a love revival. I'm calling for an awakening of the hearts of the people who want to live free and joyful lives. As above, so below, as above, so below, as above, so below. What are you being called to in the chat today? What is waking up for you? We've only been in this year for 2 solid weeks. 7 times 2 is still 14, right? To all of you math heads, we've only been in this year for 2 weeks. And it feels like we've been in this year for 2. And we still have to go deeper into this election cycle. I mean, what are they going to talk about in these debates if not about the act of genocide? What are they going to talk back and forth about? And of all countries, Germany would be the one, of course, to not call it as it is. Of course, the Germans would not call it as it is, because when have they ever? For humanity. So, if you don't know what your values are, and if you're not in a consistent practice of those values, you will get caught in a very unhappy life with very unhappy people who are not trying to build and grow a freedom kind of vibe. And you can sit anywhere in class you want to sit. You can sit anywhere in the lunchroom that you want to, but make sure that you come correct when it comes to human rights, restorative justice, anti-racist work, anti-Zionist work. These are the things that we're trying to uproot. All the ways in which oppressive forces want to push us down, 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 while we know in our hearts that we were meant to ascend, up, up, up. I will pause for any lingering comments. Cries of outrage, concern.
I think I may just add that as we were finishing last week, we were talking about changing and that it's okay if your value changes. And I say this in reference to calling for ceasefire and calling for freedom of the world and liberation, like, because we've been talking about deconstruction, and there are so many people that are currently deconstructing their own the teachings of their own religion, um, and seeing what is the religion and what is propaganda, right? And so I think it's really important to acknowledge that your values and your morals and the things that have been ingrained in you, or like seemingly ingrained in you, or the things that you have just naturally believed, can change as you learn, right? Um, I am a person, I constantly will say, like, I am always learning. I'm always learning from various people. I'm always watching different types of people, different, people that identify with different groups of people, da 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 da. Like, and I do that because I want to learn all sides, um, so that I can get a more true picture. And I just think that sometimes we get very much about, we should be about the individual, but not toxic individualism as capitalism and as white supremacy teaches us. And so when we get so about, like, well, my values are my values and they have to stay, if we're stuck, if we get in the way of our own selves changing and growing, then we lose the ability to actually consistently practice who we think we are becoming, right? Or who we think we are in this moment. We really lose a lot of kind of sight of that. And we talk about seeing on Fridays, um, in the third eye chakra. So just an encouragement, y'all, to, even if you're a person that thinks you've known everything and thinks that you have dug to the bottom of the barrel and thinks that you have listened to enough, always keep seeking more, right? Your values can change, right? For the longest time, I'm like, and we've talked about this before, I love being the best kept secret, but the reality is that my community and people around me would rather me just say I am a leader, I am a disruptor, I am, I am these things that have not been necessarily part of my value structure, simply because of fear and because of deferring, right? And deferring accountability and deferring to other voices, which should rightfully be heard. But, as I grow and as I learn and as I become more consistent in the practice of my values, then I change, right? And then I embrace these new titles. So that's just an encouragement that if you start to feel the need to replace a value or up level a value or restructure a value or decolonize a value or deconstruct a value, that's okay. Like, we are always changing, we are always evolving.
In addition to always changing and always evolving, we are giving permission to each other to question everything. Now is the time, especially in the age of AI and fake news and deep fakes and global hysteria and craziness, real and imaginary. It's important that you question everything. What was the reason why you were handed that belief system when you were a child? What's the why behind the why? Why would they need a fiery place called hell? Why would they need that? Why would they need the tool of a fiery place called hell? Why is hell essential? Is hell and the idea of hell, is it essential? Do you need that? Do you need that piece of the puzzle to be happy, healthy, and free of all suffering. Okay? And these are just questions that we ask ourselves as lifelong learners. As lifelong learners, as people who recognize ourselves to never be fully cooked yet, right? I ain't fully cooked yet. We allow ourselves to question everything. You know, why would they need us to believe these things? Why would I need to be saved? Why would I need to be saved? Saved from what? Saved from who? Saved when and why? Just things to question. And as your mind begins to expand and as your love begins to expand, you will find that there is a bigger space to just be your loved and lovable self and to get on with the business of doing whatever your heart song is singing to make the world more inhabitable for every person. For every person. Any comments? Yes, there's no such thing as hell, Jamie Jams. No such thing. Any other comments? We gather every day in digital spaces to focus on good things, like love and relaxation and peace and joy and the things that lift us up, the feelings and the energies that lift us up. And today, as we're closing, I would encourage everyone, as I've been saying since last year, the end of last year, I want you to always be looking for and relaxing into the things in your life that feel good, the belief systems that feel good. You should be always throughout your day taking an inventory of the people, the places, the events, and the activities that make you feel good. Okay? And as you're leaning into the things that feel good for you, you'll tap into this great joy. This morning I got up, there were no aches and pains in my body. I am grateful. That feels good. I communicated with my beloveds and all of my crew and membership and following and community on the good old Telegram. It felt amazing. I went and made coffee from the wonderful coffee sponsor Terra Pro Olo Studio, courtesy of the Get Down Coffee Company, a Black-owned coffee company in Minnesota. It was wonderful. I then went into rehearsal today. That brought me great, great joy. Always a pleasure to sing and record here on TikTok and YouTube and beyond and Facebook and all of these things and be present with people and remind them that they're loved and lovable. And picked a card here, and now we're doing the daily community boost to make sure that people are okay. And at no point did I have need of a savior or the need of an idea of flames to move from. And that's happy for me. Jimmy Jams, what do you think you would get out of a hug with me? What would it feel like to you? I'm just curious. What would that hug feel like? I do give great hugs. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, I will tell you this. Oh God, y'all, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering, may you be happy, may oh a moment. You said a mommy, and I was like, I don't know what to do with that. So I was just gonna move on. Yes, it would be a sorry. Sorry. A lot of snacks since I like the first type of it. Ah Woo! Snacks. I cannot. Yes, Jimmy Jams. It would be a moment. It would be a moment. Um, I keep trying to tell you though, like hugs transfer across space and time. So if you really wanted to tap into that loved and lovable frequency that we vibe on, you could be there right now as well without any need of physical proximity. I am, though, you should know, Jimmy Jams, just for the record, I am very, very standoffish in real life. I'm both very, very kind and open and warm, but I'm also very, very standoffish in real life. You should know that. It's just the me thing. I have a my work and my mission is in love, but I can sometimes read on TV or read in public, especially as a former New Yorker. I was a New Yorker for 10 years. I'm very much head on swivel and I give human porcupine kind of vibes in real life. Um, but that it's on that. But where were we going, child? May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. And may a bigger love hold you today in its big, big hands, as above, so below, as above, so below, as above, so below. Thank you, higher power. Thank you, higher power in us. I want to take a moment to thank everybody who's been sending me messages saying that you're watching these live streams every day for your community boost. We are very, very grateful for you. If you want to join our official and free membership over at lovedandlovable.org, you're welcome to do that. You're also welcome as a perk of our official membership to come into our group chats. We've got a bunch of super chats. We've got ones for musicians. We've got ones for the astrology people. We've got ones for the gamers. We've got ones for the House of Mommy Water now. We've got all kinds of opportunities for people just to be with us throughout the day. We are here intentionally on TikTok and YouTube in certain scheduled chunks. And we're also in consistent communication with each other on Telegram throughout the day just to make sure that we're all okay and moving towards the things that we say that we want in life, not just talking about our dreams, but truly manifesting them. And so I'm grateful to be able to be in community with all of you all. Don't forget to ground your energy today. Have a conversation with the divine about who you are. Have a conversation with the divine about what you want to manifest. And then the medicine to whatever problem you have is the name of our network. Put your love in action. And thank you, Jimmy Jans, for telling me that I would be a great second grade teacher. Mrs. Cather was my second grade teacher. She was wonderful. And my mother, before she retired, was a teacher. So I have a gift of being able to compassionately give very massive concepts to people in bite-sized pieces. Tara also has that gift of being able to break things down in a way that makes it understood that just simply to be loved and lovable is the start. Once you know that you are loved and lovable, whatever that means for you, and once you can put into clear words what it means for you to be loved and lovable, it just will change your entire life and your interactions with people and the ways you are in the world. And so, in any ways that I can simply, as a second grade teacher, would share that message with the world, I'm happy and thrilled to do so. The world doesn't need, anything other than people who are waking up to the fact that we were never meant to struggle in this life the ways that we have been. And the question that Tara continually asks of me, asks and ask of me every week is, what is there to build? What is there to grow into? Where are the lessons here? And how can we use whatever we are experiencing to take action for a better and brighter tomorrow? And so, yeah, you're not the first person, Jimmy Jams, who's tried to talk me into the classroom in the last year. And I'm a workshop clinician. I'm able to be with the children for hours at a time and then give them back to their handlers. But the interest in me sitting in a classroom for 8 hours a day with someone else's, I almost said mistakes, but there's no such thing. Someone else's decisions. Not I, said the cat. Not I, not I, not I. They said that these kids, they said that Generation Alpha is particularly aggressive. Not only are they aggressive, but a lot of them also cannot read. I don't want any part of that. Loved and lovable. See y'all tomorrow.